What is up, heroes? This is Midnight Zero, and welcome to Week 7 of the SFL. This week we're going up against Noah, coach of the Kamloops Karrablasts, an undefeated team with an incredible, threatening set of mons. I am really nervous for this match. I want to be the one to end Noah's win streak as much as Noah's a friend of mine. I want to be the one to cut that streak, and I know we're looking at a really potentially hype, fun battle. It's also really scary though, and I did a lot of team prep for it, of course, so if you haven't seen that, please check out the team building video. But regardless, let's see what he brought. Okay. This is not what I expected. Not what I expected at all. Now, things worth noting. No Tapu Koko and no Mega Beedrill. So why do I have a scarf on my Gengar? Why do I have a scarf on my Gengar? That said, it doesn't mean he didn't bring rain. So I do need to be careful. Now, once Hitmonlee is gone, I think Omastar can sweep his team pretty much. Now, I don't really have to play around with Thunderbolt shenanigans with Flygon, which is pretty neat. That said, Flygon is really not super useful in this matchup. Now, what's he lead off with? Probably his rocker, if I had to guess, which is that Bronzong, I would imagine. So what I'm actually going to do... Bronzong, I don't have a lot to hit hard with. I mean, of course, I can hit with Fire Punch with Druddigon. I can hit with Brutal Swing with Scizor. I can hit with Shadow Ball, but then we would die to a Gyro Ball, probably. I think I'm going to lead off with Scizor. I do want to be careful of Chinchino. That could be Scarfed or Banded. It's probably Banded. He could be running a mix between Trick Room and Rain. I'm not 100% sure, to be honest. I'm really not sure. But I do think he's going to lead off with either Pelipper or Bronzong. If he leads off with Pelipper, I just go into Tapu Fini. If he leads off with Bronzong, I just Brutal Swing for damage. I think that's a good idea. So here we go. Here we go. Best of luck, Noah. Well, maybe not. Have fun. But I'll take whatever luck I get. No. Hopefully it's not a very axing match. That would be the last thing I would want. Sucker Punch could prove to be pretty helpful against Kingdra potentially later on. Yeah, I mean, Scizor could definitely sweep. We get enough damage on Pelipper, and we could we get some damage off on Pelipper and Kingdra, and we could definitely sweep. Actually, do I just want to lead off with my Druddigon and just get up rocks? I don't know. I don't have a lot of opportunities to get Druddigon in. Actually, if I anticipate a U-turn from Pelipper, or even an attack from his Bronzong, his Chinchino, I so hope he goes for Tail Slap with his Chinchino into my Druddigon, and on the switch in, of course, because he wouldn't do that knowingly, because that will just be a straight up death. Straight up death. I do want to get up my rocks pretty soon, though. I could, of course, lead with Flygon and U-turn into the appropriate mon. Maybe that's the way to go. But either way, we lead off with Scizor, and he leads off with this. Now, this thing can hit 251 speed. We do outspeed a regular, or like no speed invested one. He might just go for the Scald, though. I'm gonna go hard into Tapu Fini here, because, well, it takes this on really well. Now, his Hitmonlee could be running Poison Jab. He could go into Shiinotic, which would tank my hits pretty solidly. Bronzong could do a decent amount of damage. Scald, that's going to do damage. What? Good. We'll say good luck and have fun. Now, we can fire off a Surf. We can go for a Calm Mind. We could anticipate the U-turn here. He's probably just going to U-turn out if I had to guess. Because Hurricane's not going to do a lot. Of course, we're not going to do a lot to him, but if he goes into Shiinotic, there's like nothing we can't really do a lot. I do want to get Chip on this though with my Druddigon. Is it worth risking a Scald Burn this early though? Probably not. Let's see how much Shiinotic does to us. Shiinotic does Doesn't have a moveset here. I'd imagine it gets Giga Drain, which would still do a decent amount of damage. Actually, though, I could Calm Mind here. I can Calm Mind here. How much would we do to a typical Bronzong? That's defensive, not a lot. At +2, I mean, his Gyro Bell's not doing a lot though either. Yeah, we can Calm Mind. I like Calm Mind here. I don't think he'll go hard into Chinchino. Chinchino typically runs Bullet Seed because it's a 5-hit move. Obviously, it'd be super effective against our Tapu Fini. He outspeeds Tapu Fini, so if he's King's Rock, there's a good chance that it will flinch. So, yeah. Let's see what he goes for. No U-turn. No U-turn. Interesting. Now, does Shiinotic get Spore? We're just going to straight up look this up. Let's see here. Does it get Spore? It does. Okay. So something might be going to sleep here. Actually, who am I kidding? Why didn't I prep for a sleep? Something to go to sleep. I definitely should have done that. That said, I really only need this thing to take hits. So I think Moonblast will still do a decent amount of damage to Shiinotic. I mean, obviously he's probably pretty defensive. And I guess if I want like one thing to be asleep, what would it be? Probably my Tapu Fini, because it just walls. It takes hits for days, pretty much. There's nothing else that really wants to take it. So I'll just Moonblast for damage here. Oh, wait a minute. Who am I kidding? He can't Spore me. Misty Terrain is up. Misty Terrain is up. There's no way he can Spore me even. Now, I probably outspeed this. I definitely outspeed this, actually. In Shiinotic, what are its hardest hitting moves? It gets Leech Seed, which is kind of scary. I mean, there's Solar Beam, of course. Strength Sap is an interesting move. But yeah, Energy Ball. Energy Ball could do a decent amount. So Energy Ball, but if it depends on if it's bulky or not. I mean, we are +1, of course. I could just Calm Mind again. And then probably beat it 1v1. If I anticipate... Yeah, if I'm going to be hitting it more than 3 times, Calm Mind is the play here, as opposed to just attacking straight away. He goes for Leech Seed, which isn't too surprising. Now I can Moonblast, I think, pretty comfortably. Misty Terrain is only up for 2 more turns, so I am going to want to attack here. That's a 64. I will take that. Oh, it's got Rain Dish too. That's pretty neat. But we are gonna... Holy cow, that recovered so much. We can Moonblast again here. Yeah, I'm okay with Moonblasting again. Man, he recovered like 30% in a turn. That's a lot. His only switch into a Moonblast is Bronzong, which would heal, of course. Oh, and that was a roll. So we will take that roll. Mist disappeared, so we can be Toxicked by Bronzong if he wants to go for that. But I'm glad that Shiinotic is gone. That was preventing my Flygon from potentially putting in work with maybe like a Scarf Outrage or the like. Goes into this. So the Bullet Seed is pretty obvious. Can either Bullet Seed or Tail Slap here. I mean, the typical Chinchino set is Tail Slap, Bullet Seed, and Rock Blast. Now, Bullet Seed will KO us. No doubt about it. Druddigon can probably take this pretty solidly. Yeah, we take a Bullet Seed, we take a Rock Blast really well, and if he Tail Slaps, he dies. So I think the easy switch in here is our Druddigon. Now, of course, I don't want to give up the boost that I already got, but it's not at all worth risking Tapu Fini here. So Bullet Seed, that's going to do nothing. Damage! Where is the damage? So this is not a choice banded. That's all I can really say from that. Is he Life Orb? He is not Life Orb, which means he's probably King's Rock. How much did that do? 14%. So, and there was one crit in there. So yeah, this is probably King's Rock if I had to guess. I'm gonna want to get, how much does Sucker Punch do? Probably not a lot, but a decent amount. I want to get up my rocks. So he goes into this. Now, he's probably gonna get up his own rocks if I had to guess. Probably gonna get up his own rocks. So I want to go into Tapu Fini and Defog. I mean, I just got my own rocks up, which kind of sucks, but I just realized I looked at his name and it's like Stealth Rock exclamation point backwards and then Des. Yeah, I mean, to Bronzong, I'm not gonna be doing a lot of damage. I'm just straight up not gonna be doing a lot. Fire Punch, that's outside the range, so he's definitely going to be Toxicking or Stealth Rocking or setting up screens. Now, I did just get up my own rocks, which kind of sucks, but I'm going to go back into Tapu Fini here. Oh, and it's Calm Mind. That's not what I expected. Calm Mind, Bronzong. Calm Mind, Bronzong. Then get Psychic maybe and Flash Cannon. Now I'm actually gonna go into Druddigon here and Dragon Tail it out. He can Calm Mind again if you want, or he can Flash Cannon here if he'd like to. We I think we take 2 hits. Yeah, we're at 85. Obviously, oh wait, this isn't a, that doesn't have a lot of special attack investment. He's probably going to want a Flash Cannon here. At +1, we actually might not take this on super well. This suddenly just got kind of scary. I could Calm Mind up alongside this, but he's probably running Toxic. I do need to worry about Toxic because if I Calm Mind multiple times, the Misty Terrain will run out by the time. So I can't just like straight up attack him. Which is why I need to wonder if he's like, I don't know, I have no way to gauge damage on this thing. Because if he's very specially offensive, he could take on my, what's it called? My Druddigon. He could Trick Room here. How much is my Scizzor's Brutal Swing do? Because that might be my immediate switching. It does a lot, and we probably take, yeah, we take any hit. I'm gonna go hard into Scizor. Hopefully it's not running HP Fire, and hopefully he doesn't read this. That would be a really ballsy read. He goes for that. He could be running HP Fire, and I don't want to potentially lose this because it can put in work later. But I need to get damage off on this and hopefully put it in range of Fire Punch. Bronzong is super slow. So I need to put it in range of, how fast is my Druddigon? Druddigon is also really slow, but it's probably not as slow. He could be running speed though, so I do want to calc how much my Flygon's Fire Punch does to this. 33 to 39, so it'll be in range of my Fire Punch probably after Mega Scizzor's Brutal Swing. That does 33 to 39, and then this does 58 to 69. So probably. So I'm going to Mega Evolve and Brutal Swing here. He could be running HP Fire, and that will probably KO me. But if he's running HP Fire, he's probably got Psychic and something else. Oh, I wonder if he tried to fake me out by saying Stealth Rock Des, and then be some off the wall Calm Mind set. So we'll see what he wants to go for here. Hitmonlee doesn't take a Brutal Swing super well, but it takes it. Pelipper, if it's really defensive, probably takes one. But really, I just want damage on Pelipper. I want damage on Kingdra. Cinccino doesn't take this well. And, of course, if he's invested in offense, he can't be as invested in HP and defense, and He won't take this Brutal Swing nearly as well, or the Fire Punch. So if he's offensive, I put him in Fire Punch range. If he's not, and he's actually defensive, I can Dragon Tail him out with my Druddigon afterwards. So I feel somewhat comfortable with a plan here. So we go straight into this. So we'll hit this with a we'll Mega Evolve and hit him with the Brutal Swing. That does so much damage. That does so much damage. That did so much damage. What kind of a Pelipper is this? That did so much. 40%. This is not a defensive Pelipper. Yeah, this is like what? We did 40%, right? So he's got some bulk for sure. But I don't know. He's got to have some offense or some speed as well. I mean, either way, I still go hard into my Tapu Fini, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I still go into my Tapu Fini here. He's probably going to defog the rocks away if I had to guess. Yeah, he's probably just going to defog or roost here, but either way, I can just go into my Tapu Fini here. The rain is up, so my Surf is going to be doing more to this Bronzong if he wants to go back into it. Whatever Bronzong it is. I don't know what to expect from this. Surf, and then of course if you boost that with the rain and a Calm Mind from the switch in, I would KO it. So yeah, he can't really afford to do that. I guess how much would my my Scissors Bullet Punch do? I probably should have considered that before clicking a move, but on a set where Brutal Swing did so much, actually no, it's not going to do double the amount though, so I still don't Bullet Punch here. Yeah, I'm just going to go hard into Tapu Fini. I think he needs to double to Hitmonlee if he wants to, or Chinchino if he wants to put pressure on that. But if he does that, rocks are still up and he didn't get the chance to roost with his Pelipper, so his Pelipper will be coming in at 10% next time. I should mention his Z move is a bug move. I don't really see that anywhere on his team though, so that's a thing. What's he gonna do here? Yeah, I'm just gonna play it safe and go into my Tapu Fini. Because if he wants to make an aggressive play here, he needs to go into his Chinchino or his Hitmonlee, and if he does that, his Pelipper remains weakened, puts it in Bullet Punch range, which is like perfect for me. So awesome. And maybe even Fire Punch range. I don't know. Or Outrage. Could potentially be breaking a Sash on a Hitmonlee, which is nice. We'll see what he wants to do. Gengar is looking really good too. Scarf Gengar with Shadow Ball. And as I said in the very beginning, as soon as we get rid of Hitmonlee, Omastar wins if it's got its Focus Sash intact. So I feel like we're in a pretty good position here. Our couple switch-ins, we don't really have many, are pretty healthy, and we've already taken out Shiinotic. We've put a pretty big dent into what's it called? Into this Pelipper. He's got his Bronzong. I don't remember if we actually got a hit on Bronzong. No, we didn't. So we don't know. We can't damage, or we can't gauge how much damage we would do or will do. But regardless, we know it's a Calm Mind set. We know it's got some funky set. I don't really know what yet, but it's got something. And it probably doesn't have HP Fire, which is good to know, which means I can switch in my Scizor consistently on it. So we go into Tapu Fini. He just goes for Scald. That does not do any damage. And what we can do here is Moonblast. Or do we want to Surf or Calm Mind? Nah, I'm going to Surf. If he wants to go into Bronzong, that'll take a bit of damage. And because of the rain, or actually if he goes into Bronzong, that'll take a bit of damage, and then we just go hard into Scizor anyways. And I don't want him to get cheeky and go into, I don't know, his Chinchino, which will not appreciate a rain boosted Surf. and his Hitmonlee can probably take it decently, because Hitmonlee is surprisingly bulky, but it'll take about half. So he could try to Roost here if he wants to predict me doing something. Surf in the rain might KO actually, because he's not fully bulk invested. So yeah, I'm gonna Surf here. He could Roost. I would be really annoyed. Oh, so he's specially bulky for sure. So the Misty Terrain is up. He might just defog here, if that's the case. Or he could be running Toxic. Is he running Toxic? We've seen Scald and Roost, and he's specially defensive. How much did he take from that? 22% from a rain boosted Surf. So we're talking a lot of Spadef on this Pelipper. Yeah, so he's like probably max Spadef, or close to max Spadef, max HP, which is good to know. Which means he's probably not running much speed at all. He could defog here. Our Moonblast will not be doing a lot. We'll be 2-hit KOing him after a Calm Mind though. But I'm debating whether or not I want to risk a Toxic here. That's the question. I want to keep Druddigon pretty healthy. I don't want anything to get Scald burnt, which would suck. I'm gonna be so mad if he's got Toxic and goes for it now. He's got Scald, Roost, probably Defog, and I don't think he has U-turn because he didn't U-turn earlier, or he didn't know how much speed we had and didn't want to take a hit like an HP Electric or something. What's the middle ground? What's the middle ground? I think we can scout for the Toxic by going into Flygon, because I don't really need Flygon as much. He might just anticipate a Calm Mind here on his potential Defog. Or he could just Scald again going for a burn. I don't like this. I don't like this. I'm going to go into Flygon here. I'm going to go into Flygon because I don't really mind if it gets burnt. He goes for the Hurricane. Okay, so we see Hurricane, Scald, and Roost. I don't know what other move he's got, but I'm pretty sure it's safe to say that he doesn't have Toxic. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to U-turn and go into my Tapu Fini and reset the Misty Terrain, which means I can't be haxed pretty much by Hurricane or get burnt by Scald, and I can Calm Mind up, which is really nice. He might anticipate a Draco or an Outrage. Let's see, does he fear? He doesn't know what kind of Flygon I am. I'm a pretty weak Flygon because Flygon is pretty weak. Why did I choose that Flygon? I have no idea. Outrage will do a decent amount actually. Considering he doesn't have a lot of defense investment, Outrage would probably 2-hit KO. And what's interesting is he doesn't know if we're Choice Banned or not. And Choice Banded would KO. So I'm going to U-turn here because he's probably going to switch out fearing the Band. And so naturally he goes into Bronzong. And now what we can do is we can go into our Mega Scizor and click Brutal Swing again. It's leftovers. Okay, so that's good to know. And yeah, we can Brutal Swing because Rocks plus Brutal Swing will KO Pelipper. If not, oh yeah, no, it should at least. Or put it in Bullet Punch range. And nothing else on his team wants to take that, so we'll just Brutal Swing here. If he has HP Fire and just didn't go for it to try and save it for later, it is now halved in damage because of the rain. He could try to set up screens of some sort, but Brutal Swing is going to do a lot to this Bronzong. And I mean, I still don't know its investment. If it's very defensive, it might be able to take it, but we are max attack adamant Mega Scizor. And either way, you are not going to like this. Ooh. So he gets up his Rocks, which is annoying for me. But he took that like a champ. 52%. 52%, which means he's got to be very defensive. Okay, so he's probably like max defense. He's probably a max defense set. Yeah, and that was a high roll and Calm Mind. So he's a really bulky set. So he's Stealth Rock, Calm Mind, probably Psychic, maybe Toxic, probably not Screens, but either way, Brutal Swing is still my play here. So I'm going to Brutal Swing again, and we take that out. So nice, that thing is gone. If I get my Tapu Fini in and defog, his rocks are gone for the game, and we can get our Focus Sash up. What's cool is we defog against his Pelipper and his Kingdra. Now, I think he needs to go into Pelipper potentially here. Now, Pelipper, sorry, I don't know why I've been saying now so much. If he's got so much Spadef investment, I'm pretty sure our Scizor outspeeds. Which means we could Brutal Swing it if it comes in. It did 40%, I believe, last time. He goes into this. He could be running Blaze Kick. Could be running Blaze Kick, which would be halved in the rain, so that's worth noting. Let's see how much Blaze Kick would do. This is in the rain, and Life Orb, Adamant, Reckless Blaze Kick would do a lot of damage. Our Bullet Punch would actually do a lot of damage too. We actually have a chance to KO him probably, but what's really cool is unless he has a lot of HP investment, we can just go into our Druddigon here. Yeah, we can just go into our Druddigon here, and that way he will take Rocky Helmet plus Rough Skin damage, and that'll put him in range of Bullet Punch. And he just goes for Fake Out. Okay, so what he is what's called Normal Gem Unbird instead. So his speed is doubled right now until he switches out. Hitmonlee, if it now essentially has no item. If he's max attack, Adamant, Reckless, against our Druddigon, I don't think he KOs us. Okay, so he might KO us with High Jump Kick. It's a roll. So it's a roll on High Jump Kick if he KOs us, if he's Adamant max attack. Now, is there something on my team that he would want to outspeed? Probably Xurkitree. So I'm gonna guess that he's Jolly. Because Jolly would outspeed Xurkitree while Adamant would not. So there's a 10% chance he could miss High Jump Kick, and within that roll, there's it's a really low chance of him getting the roll. So I think it's in our favor to stay in here, even though, actually. So I want to make a power move and go into Gengar. Here. Because he could High Jump Kick. He could Rapid Spin if he doesn't have Defog on Pelipper. But if he High Jump Kicks and I go into Gengar, that's it for, he misses and takes 50% damage. And then is forced to go for Sucker Punch, and I can just go back into this. I don't want to risk that. I'm going to go for Dragon Tail. Dragon Tail will shuffle him around, get some rocks damage. He probably doesn't want to take all this damage because he doesn't want to be in Bullet Punch range. So, oh, he goes for Close Combat. We take that for days. So this will be the end of Hitmonlee. Unless we miss. Which is only natural. But that's okay. That's okay. With his defense lowered, our Sucker Punch might actually KO. Does 32 to 38. Of course. Yeah, it's just in his interest to attack with something like Knock Off, which will KO us regardless, anticipating a potential switch into Gengar on the Close Combat. So I'm going to Sucker Punch. Hopefully, okay, we don't KO him. There was a chance it might have. So he's running Earthquake, he's running Close Combat, he's running Fake Out, and he could run Poison Jab or Blaze Kick. So he can cover either Tapu Fini or Mega Scizor, which is good to know. He could be running Sucker Punch. So I'm tempted to go into Flygon and just click U-turn. That way we see if he has priority. And either way we get Switch Initiative. It's kind of disappointing that we have this gone, because now if I defog my rocks, his rocks will be gone too, which means Omastar isn't as likely of a sweeper late game. That said, Tapu Fini is still alive. And that means we can take on Kingdra pretty well. So yeah, I'm gonna go into Flygon here and click U-turn. This is the obligatory. I'm not getting 6-0'd. Noah and I both have the opinion that it doesn't really matter what the end count is. It's whether you win or lose that matters. So it doesn't matter if you get like 5-0 or 1. And it varies based on playstyle as to whether or not you'll have like a high differential at the end or not. But we'll just we'll U-turn here. Oh, how does he outspeed? Oh wait, I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid. I totally forgot about Unburden. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. So Flygon would have been really nice for Scarf Outrage for Kingdra late game. I'm just going to Bullet Punch here to play it safe. That was me being stupid. Oh, I gotta love that. Oh, and shout out to the Battle of Little Slugger. We're gonna replay this because it's a great song. But I can't even believe I just threw away the Flygon, just like that. That was really actually something I wanted to keep around, because if he is Choice Specs Kingdra with HP Electric, he could do some damage to our Tapu Fini. So that was something I wanted to be wary of. I don't think he outspeeds me. I don't think he takes a brutal swing. We know he's not physically defensive because he's got a ton of Spadef investment. So he's probably not fully invested in his defenses. I know I already did this calc. I just want to look at it again to make sure. Our brutal swing might KO. This is if he's bold though. I think we decided he might have been calm. If he's calm, we probably KO. Question is, do I want to risk a Scald? Or do I want to let Tapu Fini get weakened at all? At this point, Scizor is really only helpful for taking Dragon hits from Kingdra and potentially taking on, or bullet punching Chinchino. So I am going to Brutal Swing here. And we outspeed. Do we KO it? We do KO it. Nice. So those rocks are up there to stay, breaking a potential Sash on either of those two Mons. Kingdra is in. I repeat, the threat is in. Now, how much does Gengar do to Chinchino? Because if it doesn't OHKO, we need to keep Scizor alive. Of course, I'm running Thunder, which is pretty cool. But so it's actually an OHKO after rocks. Now the question is, does Chinchino run Sucker Punch? Does Chinchino learn Sucker Punch? If not, we can afford to Bullet Punch this or play around a little bit. Probably sack Omastar to see, what's it called? Does it get Sucker Punch? It does not get Sucker Punch. So at this point, Gengar could sweep. If it's Rain Sweeper, Shadow Ball, Sledge Wave will do a decent amount of damage. I think what we do is we sack Omastar here, because our Bullet Punch will not be doing a ton. It won't be doing a ton. It probably won't put it in range of Sledge Wave. Actually doesn't do it. It's actually not too bad of an amount. But what we can do is we can scout for the Water type move. Ooh, do I go hard into Tapu Fini? That is the question. What if it's running Hidden Power Electric? If it's running Hidden Power Electric, how much will that do to Tapu Fini? That's the question. So after rocks, it would probably 2-hit KO us. 77%. After rocks, we would be at 65%. And HP Electric from a modest Life Orb, Kingdra might KO us. But if he's Choice Specs, he definitely, actually might not even KO us. I think we can just go into Tapu Fini here. I'm gonna go into Tapu Fini. Let's see if he goes for Hidden Power Electric. He goes for Hydro Pump. The miss, that kind of sucks. If you want to take a look though, Hydro Pump was doing 32 to 37. It has a chance to KO. It doesn't have a chance to 2-hit KO after leftovers. So if you want to talk about it, modest max special attack, rain boosted hydro pump does 32 to 37.9%. So 37.9%, let's round up to 38. 76% max. Subtract 6% for leftovers in between turns. It would have done 70% damage to me. Max. I'm at 72% clean. So Noah, I know you're saying in the chat that might have cost you the game. You can look at the calcs the thought process I just showed you. It didn't. I'm going to Moonblast here and get damage. Put you in potentially, what's it called? Bullet Punch range. So you're now in Bullet Punch range, and that's gonna be GG. Unless he had Damp Rock. Actually, no, even with Damp Rock, this thing is gonna go down to Bullet Punch, so. Yeah, that did, what, 38%? So that was the absolute maximum roll. Absolute maximum roll you could have gotten. And there's 36, as expected. So that's that should be GG. That should be GG at that point, unless he's Scarf. Unless he's Scarf Chinchino with knockoff, and actually no, I don't think there's a way he wins this. Because now I just go into my Gengar, and ooh, do I want to end this off with a Thunder? It's not gonna kill. Or do I want to end this off with a Destiny Bond? I think that would be kind of funny, to be honest. Chinchino doesn't get any like setup moves or anything like that. Thunder won't KO. No, I'll just Sludge Wave. I'll just Sludge Wave. I'm Scarfed, so if by some reason he KOs me, I can go into Omastar and I'll have Swift Swim, so my speed will be doubled for the next couple turns. He was Damp Rock, Pelipper. I should have realized that based on the rain terms from earlier, but yep. GG, Noah. I hope you're not too salty about that. Hydro Pump, you can watch the video and take a look, of course. It was a good game. It was a good game. I'm glad we were able to get rid of Shiinotic earlier. I screwed up with the Flygon play, but I really appreciated having both Druddigon and Tapu Fini as switch-ins. I was obviously, you can probably tell from my commentary, my voice and such, I was a lot more comfortable during this match because I had Tapu Fini and Druddigon to rely on to take on certain couple threats, to put things in Bullet Punch range. It's so funny, I bring Mega Scizor, I love Mega Scizor. It hardly ever puts in any work because like I always let things get chip damage and then bring it in late game to sweep, but most of my other mons get the job done before it. So anyways, good game, Noah. Next week we're going up against Sam, the only undefeated team now, because we just beat Noah, and that will be a scary match as well, so be sure to look forward to that one. And I think we are getting that much closer to playoffs, so that's exciting. But until the next week, this has been Midnight Zero, and this mission is complete.